Good evening, South Mississippi. Meteorologist Taylor Graham here, joining you from the newsroom tonight. And earlier today, we started off with some showers, even a few thunderstorms, but we are wrapping up with some drier, cooler weather this evening. And get ready, because winter is going to be back overnight tonight, and seems like winter will be sticking around this upcoming week. Compared to last week or the past few days, it is going to be much cooler over the next several days. But let's talk about some of the rainfall amounts that we had here in South Mississippi. This is a look over the past 48 hours, and we can obviously tell that Pearl River County and areas just to the north and west picked up quite a bit of rainfall. According to radar estimates, roughly about 3 to 5 inches in some of those spots. The farther to the south and east you go, the less rain was accumulated, and that mainly goes for coastal Harrison County and a lot of Jackson County, where we didn't quite pick up an inch of rainfall. In fact, over at the airport, we got close to about a ½ an inch of rain today from some of those showers and storms. But these showers and storms today, they slowly weakened as they pushed through South Mississippi. So a wide range of rainfall totals over the past few days. But what's even more impressive, when you look a little bit farther north across the Pine Belt, some of those areas close to Hattiesburg roughly picked up 8 to 10 inches of rainfall, according to radar estimates. They were dealing with some flooding just to our north and to our west. And we missed out on the heaviest rainfall, but it did clip Pearl River County. As expected, the heaviest rain pretty much remained just to our north and west, but some spots in South Mississippi ended up getting a pretty good amount. Now, the rain at this point, that has moved out of the way. We've got drier air that will continue to filter in overnight tonight and into Sunday morning. So while we are still in the 60s right now, temperatures easily are going to be dropping into the 40s. Just before the sunrise tomorrow. Not only is it going to be cooler, it's turning breezy tonight, and we will see the wind pick up a little bit more out of the north and northwest. So a chilly, breezy start to our Sunday. We're not going to be warming up too much tomorrow. A nice day overall, but much cooler than what we had today. It may even be a bit of a struggle to get out of the 50s by Sunday afternoon. And we'll keep some clouds here or there with some peaks of sunshine. So a mix of sun and clouds throughout the day. We are not expecting any rain. But if you do have outdoor plans, just a heads up, it is going to be breezy at times with winds mainly out of the north and northwest. And because of that northerly wind, that's going to keep some of that cooler air in place. So across the southeast tomorrow, it is going to be a good bit cooler, especially in parts of the mid-south. That's where temperatures are going to be more so in the 40s. Memphis, high temperature tomorrow, 44. Even Atlanta, they may not get out of the 40s. For us along the Gulf Coast, upper 50s, low 60s, which is quite a bit cooler than the past few days. But our normal high for this time of the year in Gulfport is 61. So to be honest, this is typically what we see during this point in the year in the middle of January. So nothing too abnormal, but just showing you that things across the southeast tomorrow are going to be quite a bit cooler. As for today, we were back into the 70s, and the past few days have been feeling a little bit more like spring, not only with the warmer air, but it's also been fairly muggy at times, especially for January standards. At this time, though, our dew point has dropped into the upper 50s. You may be able to tell this evening that it feels a little more comfortable outside in terms of the moisture or the humidity. We've had a cold front move through our area. That's why winds are now out of the north and northwest. Looks like we just got in the latest update from Gulfport. We have now cooled down to about 63. So we're starting to cool down. Not overly chilly, but compared to this time yesterday, it's a good bit cooler. We're roughly about 5 to 10 degrees cooler here along the coast compared to about 8:45 last night. And of course, it was much more humid last night as well, with dew points in the upper 60s. So satellite and radar showing a lot of those showers that we had earlier today. Those have moved well over the Gulf and well to our east along that cold front. Looks like we do have some high thin clouds moving in from the south and west in the upper levels, but at this point, not really anticipating too much more rain. The coldest of the year still remains to our north and west. That will continue to work its way through overnight tonight into Sunday morning. For the time being, we're still in the 60s along the coast. 50s not too far away. We can see 57 in Hattiesburg, 54 in Jackson. So it's not going to be too much longer until we start to see temperatures drop into the 50s. And again, eventually by tomorrow morning, we will be in the mid to upper 40s. So not only is it chilly overnight tonight, but it's also going to be breezy, and even at times this evening, it's already been fairly breezy. Could see some gusts tonight into tomorrow, close to 20 to 25 miles per hour. Certainly going to be even stronger of a wind over marine areas. So over the Sound and offshore tomorrow, even tonight, a small craft advisory remains in effect. Could see some wind gusts near 30 miles per hour, it looks like, or even close to 30 knots. And for tomorrow, by the afternoon, we'll keep that breeze in place. It is going to be breezy throughout the day with those winds still out of the north. So speaking of your marine forecast, this is a look over the next 3 days or so. Seas tomorrow over the Sound, maybe about 3 to 4 feet. Again, small craft advisory remains in effect. As we get into Monday and Tuesday, the wind not going to be quite as strong, a little bit breezy. Seas roughly going to be about 2 feet as we get into Monday. For offshore areas tomorrow, seas are going to be much higher. Rough conditions are expected offshore with seas at about 6 to 10 feet. It is going to be pretty windy for offshore areas with that north wind at about 20 to 30 knots. Then still breezy by Monday, but the wind begins to die down a little bit more by Tuesday. In terms of rain chances, though, rain chances slim to none. But tomorrow, with the small craft advisory in effect, rough conditions are expected if you have plans to take the boat out. So overnight tonight, temperatures will continue to drop into the 40s. I'm more so looking at the mid to upper 40s as we head into Sunday morning. Futurecast may be overdoing our temperatures just a smidge, but it is going to be chilly tomorrow with that breeze. We'll warm up into the upper 50s tomorrow, which is not too far off from normal for this time of the year. But compared to the past few days where we've had highs in the 70s, it is going to be feeling quite a bit cooler. Then as we get into Monday morning, our temperatures are going to be getting close to freezing in the low to mid 30s. Wouldn't be surprised if we had some patchy frost. And if we keep some clouds in place on Monday, it may actually be a struggle to get much warmer than the low 50s. For now, we have high temperatures on the coast in the mid 50s. May have to cut that back a little bit. Signs are showing that we may get a little bit more cloud cover as we get into our Monday, which would mean that's going to keep us on the chilly side. So Monday, certainly going to feel like a January day, especially with the clouds, maybe making it a little bit gray at times. But even though we may see some more cloud cover, we're not expecting any rain on Monday. Then it looks like by Tuesday morning, we've got a pretty good chance of seeing some patchy frost once again with temperatures close to freezing in the low to mid 30s. High temperatures will briefly recover into the 60s by Wednesday. That's going to be pretty short-lived. By no means do we have any big warm-ups in the forecast, at least throughout our 7-day forecast. Signs are also showing that by Thursday, we're going to see another surge of cold air move in from the north, dropping our high temperatures into the 50s. Perhaps some of us a little bit farther inland may only reach the upper 40s by Thursday. So that colder air will be settling in again, it looks like, at some point by Wednesday into Thursday and Friday. And of course, if it's going to be impacting us along the Gulf Coast, it's certainly going to be even colder for areas to our north. So big trough, big dip in the jet stream expected to dig into the lower 48 by Thursday and Friday of this upcoming week. So while last week it was feeling a lot like spring, this week it is certainly feeling a lot more like winter. And not only are we going to stay chilly during the afternoons for the most part, we are going to be getting pretty cold throughout several nights. So Monday morning, Tuesday morning, temperatures close to freezing. This goes for temperatures along the coast. By Thursday and Friday morning, we're also expecting temperatures in the 30s. And if trends continue, we may have to cut back those temperatures a little bit by Thursday and Friday. This is going to be a pretty strong trough, allowing that much colder air to move in. Even with temperatures a little bit warmer than freezing by Wednesday morning, still going to be pretty chilly in the mid 50s, and it even looks that way as we head into early Saturday morning as well. Farther inland, especially into Pearl River, Stone, George counties, there's a decent chance that by Friday of this upcoming week, could see a hard freeze with temperatures in the 20s. We will keep you posted on that. Certainly Monday morning, Tuesday morning, you're going to be at freezing, maybe even a few degrees below that. So all in all, the trend is showing that this upcoming week is going to be much, much cooler. But that's good news if you like the cooler weather. Certainly we get enough of the warm weather or the hot weather as we get into summertime. So this week, Definitely looking and feeling a lot more like January with high temperatures mainly in the 50s. We'll have a few days in the low 60s. That's going to be pretty short-lived. And again, we have several mornings where temperatures are going to be close to freezing, even along the coast. In terms of rain chances, not much to talk about in the forecast. With that second cold front moving in by Wednesday and Thursday, maybe a few little showers, but it doesn't look like we're going to have a ton of moisture to work with by the middle of the week to get a ton of rain out of that system. There's a small chance for a few showers. It's not going to be much though. So now that we're past the rain that we got this morning, things are looking pretty dry over the next several days, and it is going to be quite a bit cooler. So if you've got any new sweaters, new boots you'd like to wear, maybe you had some more Christmas gifts with some wintry wardrobes, you'll be able to wear it this week, that's for sure. So time now is 8:51. We will be having our 10 o'clock newscast tonight. Of course, we will have another update on your forecast, your chilly forecast. We'll have the latest news going on in South Mississippi and across the nation. So we hope you join us at 10 o'clock on WLOX.